Have you ever wondered how a nation that spanned 11 time zones and contained over 100 distinct ethnic groups came into being, and then in less than a century, ceased to exist? Today we delve into the fascinating history of the Soviet Union, or as it's more formally known, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Our journey begins in the tumultuous year of 1917. Russia, gripped by the chaos of World War I, experienced two revolutions. The second of these, the October Revolution, saw Vladimir Lenin and his Bolshevik party seize power. They promised the Russian people peace, land, and bread. By 1922, after a brutal civil war, the Bolsheviks had consolidated their rule and the Soviet Union was born. The 20s and 30s were a time of rapid industrialization and collectivization under the leadership of Joseph Stalin. The Great Purge of the late 30s saw millions executed or sent to labor camps as Stalin sought to eliminate any perceived threats to his rule. World War II brought unimaginable devastation to the Soviet Union. An estimated 26 million Soviet citizens lost their lives, but the Red Army's role in defeating Nazi Germany was pivotal. The post-war period saw the USSR emerge as one of the world's two superpowers alongside the United States. The two nations would engage in a Cold War, a battle of ideologies fought not on the battlefield, but in the realms of politics, economics, and culture. The 60s and 70s were a period of relative stability, but also stagnation. The Soviet Union made significant advances in space exploration, launching the first man into space in 1961. However, the economy was struggling, and living standards for many Soviet citizens were poor. By the 80s it was clear that the Soviet Union was in crisis. Under the leadership of Mikhail Gorbachev, attempts were made to reform the political and economic system through policies of glasnost, openness, and perestroika, restructuring. However, these reforms were too little, too late. Nationalist movements in the Soviet republics gained momentum, and in 1991 a failed coup attempt by hardline communists was the final straw. In December of that year, the USSR was formally dissolved, and 15 independent nations emerged from its ashes. So, there you have it. The Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, a nation that spanned almost 75 years, from its birth in the aftermath of revolution and war, through periods of brutal repression, monumental war, ideological confrontation, stagnation, attempted reform, and finally, dissolution. This video has only scratched the surface of the Soviet Union's complex and often troubling history. It is a history that continues to resonate today, as the nations that emerged from the USSR grapple with their Soviet past and their future paths. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into history. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning.